I started when I was 9 years old to study instruments, but an allergy prevented me from practicing musical instruments like brass. I was trained on brass and woodwind instruments, but this was then the transition where I was building instruments. I still could compose for it, but I wasn't physically attached anymore. My name is Trimpin and I'm a sound sculptor. All of my work is based on the intersection of music, sound, composition, design of autonomous instruments, installations and collaborations with other artistic disciplines. More than 70 years ago, Conlon Nancarrow, an American-born composer, was building a percussion machine, saving and storing the complex temporal composition into a memory base using perforated paper rolls similar to the rolls like used for a player piano. All the robotic devices like drum actuators using air, not electricity, to beat on the drum head. Unfortunately, the drum machine was not fast enough in the repetition response, so he abandoned the whole project. For his centennial celebration, I recreate the concept of his drum machine using computer technologies he had no access to because it didn't exist in the 1950s. When you use actuators for musical instruments, they have to be absolutely quiet. They cannot make all this industrial noise. There's nothing really commercially available. So here in my shop, I have tons of resources I collected since the last half a century just to have all this equipment available when I start to design a new autonomous instrument. But it's not just designing the mechanics, also the computer hardware and software I'm designing myself. I'm designing the computer board, the printed circuit board. Nothing works the first time. So there's always a lot of prototyping. And usually a project like this, like the Nancarrow Percussion Orchestra, takes sometimes 2-3 years to develop. So nothing can be done in a few months because really from the concept, from the design, from each sketch, you're starting sketching out everything. And then you try to make it happen, but it never works the first time. So there's always like trial and error. So this shop here provides me with all the necessary tools to do all this development. I don't want to replace a musician, somebody playing the violin or the cello. What I'm trying to do is going beyond what this musician could do, exploring other kind of sounds, what is possible, synchronizing a certain kind of music, having a certain temporal structures. For this particular instrument, a human couldn't do it. I try to use the music to move through space, adding another dimension besides pitch, time, and timbre, using actually space as a fourth element to have the acoustical sound moving through the space.